Alright, let me make sure this not before I go any further here. Yes, looks good. But hello. Hello. This is Sensor Gambin here with a new stream. And this stream, I'll be going over the event month for this month for like basically July 2026 for the most part. Albeit, I think it went live June 30th, last day of June for the news wire, and then also I think it goes for the first couple of days of August 2026 as well. For Red Dead Online, basically. So going to title of the stream, I went for the free times, money, /XP, /gold. Make sure that was right. Alright, yeah, okay, yeah. Free times, money, /XP, /gold. I did kind of restructure title a couple times. I wasn't actually sure if I ended up being right at the end. But yeah, it was actually. It didn't really seem like used Infamous Bounties for a title yet, for a Scouting's Contract DLC, and I think it's been a thing for at least a year or something at this point for Scouting's Contract, like the latest, like, significant things of, like, missions or whatever, basically. So I figured I would use Infamous Bounties, I guess, for title or something. But Infamous Bounties, I think, is where there's, like, the free targets, whatever, and, like, for, like, a set location, you can get, like, a one-time bonus of, like, $75 or something like that if you could put the whole set for a location. One time only or something. So yeah, again, there's like 3 of them, and I think if you do all 3 of them with a location, there's like one-time bonus of like $75 or something. I don't think they're as good as the regular bounties or the legendary bounties, though, technically, or at least the regular ones for sure. Since you can constantly redo regular ones. Legendary, since they're on like a huge timer cooldown, it could maybe depend like how you play the game, I suppose. But yeah. Again, only really chose as a title to kind of choose like a different type of bounty, like title for once. So just changing like the times of like money or something. Not sure that ended up being a good idea, but I kind of figured I would do it for variety's sakes. But yeah, apparently, yeah, you can get discounts on bounty hunter licenses, free times rewards for bounty hunter free roam events, and more. So it's like both regular and prestigious license should have some kind of discount. There's free room events for Bounty Hunter. I believe there's like a couple of those or whatever. There's the free times, and then there's more. Regular bounties look to be 3 times money, roll XP, and XP right now. So roll XP is actually permanently good, by the way, if you have the prestigious license. Once you get like the rank 30, you actually get to turn the XP into like, well, like $100 in like a single gold bar. So the roll XP is actually always pretty good for the bounty hunters. So that's always good to see a roll XP on something. And regular bounties is practically like the best or one of the best like types of bounties you could be doing as well, basically. That should definitely be pretty good. But it's only money roll XP. XP doesn't look to be gold, unfortunately, though. Like, say, Infamous, and I think Legendary Bounties also is that same, like, 3 times money XP gold I mentioned for my title and I did earlier. Alright, And that lists the legendary and infamous bounty thing, the money, XP, and gold, yeah. So you don't get the gold, unfortunately, or regular bounty. It's just raw XP in place of it. But again, raw XP is not actually too terrible, since it could turn it into $100 in like gold or something. Once you hit like the rank 30 and the raw XP goes towards the license thing or like whatever kind of thing I was mentioning earlier, basically. Oh man, there's much else that's going to be worth mentioning here in nominated series, huh? I'll have to check on the featured series stuff, but there is apparently some featured series stuff going on as well. I'll be going over that, obviously, some point. So yeah, I'll be going free roam now. But yeah, what else happening would be a good ton of talk of everything is, I suppose, if I can think of them much. But yeah, GTA 6 VI, like I was ranting about in the last stream, because it was like my first stream since that pre-order information came out, and I decided not to do a video since GTA 6 VI is fucking code in a fucking box. For those that are more in the Red Dead like series rather than GTA 6 VI is actually code in a box. If somehow someone needs to live under a rock or something. Even worse, ironically, on that same day I did the stream, Sony announced the end of like physical media by January 2028 as well. And I assume with the marketing deal with Rockstar and Sony, they're in bed with each other trying to. Yeah, Cockstar's kind of went the fucking shit, like completely at this point. If they're like not even doing proper physical media, fucking code in a fucking box, I feel. It's never nailed in the coffin at this point. I don't know if I'm gonna spend too much more time on these streams. So I might try to like get rid of these quicker than I have ever before. Like before, I used to like stall on these, maybe possibly on purpose, because I like wanted to actually invest more time into Reddit on. But I'm sorry, but if the whole company's going to shit at this point, like, yeah, I don't know if I want to do that anymore. So I might skip on some nitty-gritty details that I used to like do. For example, she just went so in like a real long time. It feels like actually. Could be wrong, this doesn't feel normal. Somehow. Weird. But yeah. I think this is the last actual true new game that they released with a true physical release. It's pretty sad, at least at launch of the game. Like, actually. Even Red Dead Redemption 2, the physical copy, had like the map inside it as well, like the first Red Dead Redemption. GTA 6 VI doesn't seem like it's going to be doing any of that, at least at launch, at least. And I sure don't expect they'll be changing that, like, after launch. Since they're in bed with Sony with that marketing deal and stuff, like, they probably already spent hella money for that shit. They're probably not going to undo that or anything. I assume Sony made them do hella fucking, like, code in a box or something. Of course, I could have said fucking no, but nope. They went along with it anyways for fucking ass Cockstar. They're both very much at fault for that shit. That's for fucking sure. Anybody that says otherwise, I assume don't even know what the fuck they're talking about, though. And just wants to, like, soften the blow for Cockstar or something, though. Something, though. Be a Cockstar meat rider or something. Yeah, do I want to just start staying in this area? I don't know. It's probably too popular of an area for players at this point. I probably should go out there like I normally do. It'd be good if I start going out there like at the end of a stream as well, but usually when I end a stream, I kind of just want to be done with the game at that point. Especially when this game gets like no new content anymore, of course. Well before the GTA 6 VI debacle with the whole code and box bullshit, of course, though. And I bet your ass. and yes, I bet your fucking ass this game would be even further neglected when GTA 6 VI releases, and with 5 on being like sunset for new content. I doubt they'll go back to this game for any more new content. Unless they upgrade this game to PS5, Xbox Series X, as like they've kind of, like people have been rumoring and has still not happened yet. Only has happened with the first Red Dead Redemption, of course, with the 60 frames, like PS5 version for the first Red Dead Redemption. Yeah, Cockstar went out fucking sad for physical media, and it's fucking sad, man. Actually, though. I guess no more steel bookcases or any of that cool stuff they used to fucking do. Basically, though. Cockstar used to be different, not so fucking hella money fucking hungry and shit compared to like other companies and shit, but now they're basically just one and the same. It feels anymore, man. So again, the regular bounties to be pretty good for the roll XP. It is, of course, worth mentioning the bounties as a whole is like pretty much the best role in the game for gold as well. But yes, though. Keep in mind, regular bounties do pay gold. It's not like Quadrant, not like 2 times gold. It just didn't want to do 2 times gold, or 3 times, excuse me, I mean, on the, like, regular bounties, of course. So yeah, do the regular bounties for the Bounty Hunter Experience Award. If you want straight up increased gold, go for the legendary or the infamous bounties, pretty much. And yeah, Bounty Hunter as a whole is like the main role for gold, which also can fund getting new roles, of course, if you're like a beginner player or something, still somehow in 2026 or something. So that's why turn any bounty appearing over a month will get you to asking for trouble emote. And complete a legendary bounty to receive the war cry emote. So all 3 types for the asking for trouble emote, and then particularly a legendary bounty, the ones that go on like massive cooldown for war cry emote. Okay. Whatever. Wait, how did I get 2 treasure maps, huh? I'm not 100%, but I should definitely claim those. I'll probably do them off stream because fuck Hawkstar for going all in on digital media, fucking code in a fucking box, like fake ass physical copies for GTA 6 VI, basically. So now I shouldn't do those on stream. I shouldn't promote the game as long as that. Probably just do them off stream at this point. This point. They're dead ass online. I haven't bothered with for so long for the most part at this point for significant content additions. But yeah, bounty hunter sales and discounts. 5 gold bars off all bounty hunter licenses, apparently. So I think each bounty hunter license actually is 15 gold, so that means each one will be 10. So normally you need 30 for the whole bounty hunter role, and now instead you'll need 20. Which I think is actually 5 gold cheaper than the natural submission or go for without a discount, so it's not too shabby, but it's also 5 gold more expensive than an individual license without a discount as well. Yeah, 50% discount on Bounty Hunter Essentials. So yeah, Bounty Hunter, again, is really good for funding, like, future roles, since it's a huge gold role of the game. For any of the Bounty Hunter licenses, especially, obviously, the regular one. You need the regular one, I'm pretty sure you even get prestigious, obviously, as well. 50% discount on Bounty Hunter Essentials, with Bounty Hunter outfits, bolos, throwing knives, repeaters, including style customizations. And you can also get a free Bounty Hunter wagon and tinted for 50% off. Interesting. Okay. But each license, by the way, since they're 15 gold, 5 gold off, that's effectively a 33.3% off discount, by the way, on every single license. And 1 gold bar is $25, basically, from my understanding. So you're basically getting $125 off in a way, too. And it's like free $75 in a sense, since it's at like 15 gold, basically. But obviously the outfits will be cosmetic. Those won't matter too much, really, to be bothering with. But yeah, bolas, it's literally a throwing weapon, basically. It's not going to be that great. Like, in this whole entire game for Bounty Hunter, I don't think I've used the bolas one single time, because I assume it's just like a tomahawk or something where if it goes too far and you lose it, you just basically gotta buy like more of them, which just seems like a money sink for the most part rather than anything else, really. But bolas like some dedicated like throwing kind of like weapon kind of thing that was made particularly for Bounty Hunters contents or something, like way you throw them at like the legs of a target or something. You're supposed to like be captured or something briefly or something. I'm not even 100% honestly. Again, I've never actually used the bolas before. I just haven't like seen my weapon wheel before. I'm pretty sure. Like, I don't think I've actually used a single one of them before. But I can confidently say you don't really need those for bounty hunting. You just need like eagle eye for the most part. Eagle eye lets you like find targets from like far enough away, anyways. And then just use like reinforced lasso or something. Yeah, throwing knives. Yeah, throwing knives, yeah, is another throwing weapon. A lot more of a lethal throwing weapon, so I assume that, like, throwing knives available at launch of the game are probably better than the bolas, for sure, if having compared the two throwing weapons there. Oh, God, hold on. Like, really, bro? Like, fucking mom be bothering me for fucking pointless shit constantly, man. Like, really? Thinks she thinks because she's off like one fucking day or like 2 days that I'm gonna want to fucking do some Pokemon Go stuff early. I'm like, why? Do that shit all the time in the evening or something when it's like not hella fucking sunny as fuck. Not trying to use hella fucking sunscreen and shit. Like, fuck that stupid bitch, bro. Like, oh my god, man. Like, bro. I don't love living in a fucking desert. Like 100% of the time at all. Nowhere close. Jeez, man. So I was already talking about the throwing knives. I was starting to talk about the fucking repeaters, and then that bullshit all happens. The repeaters, I would say, is your basic, like, main, like, average weapon you're gonna basically want to use in a game. Obviously, like the Evans repeater, especially that came out for DLC later on of like 26 ammo per magazine, basically, or whatever the fuck. I'm not gonna think of the terms that much. I'm fucking pissed. I'm basically delayed on saying that stuff now, but yeah. And of course, there's like the Lancaster repeater for like a launch day like repeater. I think that's kind of fine if you're not getting like the newest like Evans repeater, whatever. And yeah, there's like the Litchfield repeater, the Carbine repeater. Carbine repeater, I think you get at the start of the game or something, though. But yeah, the Litchfield. I don't know if I remember right when I was using Litchfield a lot in like the story mode, of course, because yeah, again, Evans repeater was DLC, so that might have been my like go-to there. I found Lancaster in some ways was still better than that one, and I think they only had like 2 ammo difference or something between those two. So I think compared to like Litchfield, Evans repeater, it's like what 8 more rounds, which is a pretty big deal. I would say. I would definitely say. And then yeah, any of those style customizations also look to be 50% off, basically. Basically. It seems if you want to make it like more of your own, basically. And yeah, free bounty hunter wagon is good for multi-target bounties as a solo player, obviously. And then obviously so that's what I use them for, like player bounties, which player bounties I would say is pretty meh. If you are doing a player bounty, then yeah, like you pretty much need to use the bounty wagon, from my understanding, for a player bounty in particular. But yeah, in particular for player bounties, yes, you do need to use the bounty hunter wagon because players can break out a reinforced lasso like it's nothing, basically, if I recall right. Basically, it's a reinforced lasso doesn't really work on a player in particular like it does on NPCs, obviously, though. They're very good for a solo player, though, for multiple targets. On rare occasion, I kid you not, as a solo player, I think on like a super rare occasion, like in Barino area, sometimes I could get like 6 character targets just with the bounty hunter wagon or whatever. But again, I think it relies on like huge RNG, like how good you like do something like that and everything. For the bounty targets to basically not get away or whatever. So yes. So I kid you not, but I swear I've had like rare occasion where I've done like 6 bounty targets in like one mission solo with the bounty hunter wagon. So having that for you is huge. For regular bounties, for sure. Maybe even certain legendary bounties, like very specific legendary bounties, it might also be pretty crucial as a solo player as well, even. And then, yeah, you can tint it for 50% off, basically. Cool, whatever. I think that's just cosmetic stuff for the bounty hunter wagon. I might have heard there might be some slight thing with it that might somehow not even be cosmetic and, like, actually might improve the, like, health of it or something. I'm not really sure. But I'm not 100% on that, so I'm not going to really go into that. It might just literally just be a pure cosmetic for the tint for sure. Like, it sounds like, though, of course, though. So fuck, hopefully no more fucking distractions so I can actually feel like I can get free things in a timely fashion. Alright, then there's Bounty Hunter free roam events at 3 times money XP. And it includes the Day of Reckoning and the Manhunt free roam events. Not the game of Manhunt, unfortunately, but like the full-on game of Manhunt. But yeah, it's just a free roam event, obviously. Not Manhunt, like 2000 free from Rockstar, whatever. But yeah, both of those free roam events are paying out 3 times money XP for the event month, of course. And yeah, free roam events are like those purple notifications that show up in the game. Which, if you use the Gene Rock GEANRPKE collector map on like referred search engine like Google or something, I believe it shows you those purple notifications on that like collector map on like the internet, whatever, so you can like know what's coming up on those purple notifications even when you don't like log into the game, basically. So let's say you weren't planning on even going on to Reddit Online, you could use the GANRPK Gene Rock collector map. And yeah, you should then be able to see like those purple notifications on that map even before they show up in the game, I believe, as well. Because somehow I can like check the game's like backend or something, I believe, and like tell you those ahead of time or something. That's pretty much a strategy if you want to play those like multiple times. Free roam events don't pay out that great though, even on money XP 3 times, I would argue though. They're more of like modes of fun, I feel, rather than like modes of serious money making. Just know that though, so you don't want to do those for serious money making compared to obviously the regular bounties or any bounty type. Any of the bounty types would be better than like 3 times on these. I'm pretty sure though, pretty sure though, for like money making everything though. Especially when those are also 3 times and not like a basic 2 times or anything as well, basically. And then if you participate in Day of Reckoning or Manhunt any time for the month, you'll receive the white Rushword shirt, basically. Again, you can literally check the Gene ROPTA and ROPK collector map, and you should be able to check for one of those if they show up or not, even before they show up as purple notifications in the game itself. To make it like really easy to go for that clothing item, basically. And then returning to Tom clothing. Celebrate American Independence Day, of course, in style. You can just simply log in to receive the Rebellion Poncho, Bounty Hunters. You can play anytime, apparently, also through August 3rd. We'll receive the Spirit of 1776 bandana. Okay. So free basic login reward of Poncho, and then you also have to be a Bounty Hunter with like the basic license at a minimum, of course. For the whole event month, we'll get you the Spirit of 1776 bandana. It reads like both of those should be going on for the whole event month. Yeah, you could read it like only the second one might go for the whole month, but I think both of those still have to go for the whole entire event month. So yeah, for sure the second one does, but I'm pretty sure the first one goes for the whole event month as well. Yeah, just some clothing stuff is whatever to me, really. It's just cosmetic stuff, of course, so. And then Posse for bonus XP, apparently, here. 100% boost on all XP. But yeah. Apparently, there is a waiver on all persistent Posse setup fees, so it's free to do a persistent Posse right now. It is, yes, free to do persistent Posse right now. And then there will be a 100% boost on all XP earned as part of the persistent Posse. So you want to rank up quicker, then that could be something good to do if you're playing with like at least one friend or something. Or so. And finally, for these for this month's community outfit, will be free for the whole. Well, yes, be free for the whole event month, obviously, basically. Yeah, they make it on a newsflyer apparently for the whole list of items. Like, bruh. Alright, so for the clothing stuff for the community outfit, nothing going with hats, so it should be clear which one that one will be when I go through. Apparently it's the gambler's hat. Saving like 35 or 36 bucks. That's variant number 7. It looks like the black one, like the pure black one there. So apparently next one will be for the coat section. Before I go in, it's the duster coat for female characters, since I also won't be able to show that one off. So a lot of stuff going on for jackets right now. So jackets has a general sale, so I'll have to look out for what the thing is here. Basically. It looks like the Antoine jacket looks like we're gonna save like 78-ish to like almost $80 on that. It looks silly. But it's obviously the Antoine jacket instead of like the one I mentioned earlier, and that was for female characters. And it's just third variation. It's kind of like brownish, tannish one or something. I'm not even 100%. But it's third variant of it. It looks like shirts is going to be the next category. This one again varies based on gender of characters, so right away for female characters it's the Anista shirtwaist. That's the female one. And then for male characters, this whole section's not on discount like that one, so it should be pretty clear when I get to which one it is then. But it's apparently like the last one of the whole shirts category, the everyday shirt. Looks like you only save like a few bucks on that one. If I saw that right at least. I think I did. I think I did. It's one of the cheaper ones, it looks like. It is the white variation number 21, apparently, for the everyday shirt for male characters, in particular. And then into vests. Should be obvious what this one will be, since nothing else looks to be going on for vests. It's like it's like $8 to like $9 or like 18 like $19 or something like that. Basically that you're getting. And for every single character it's gonna be the traditional vest. It's not dependent on the gender of character like the previous two were. And it's variation number like 8 with like the kind of brown like burgundy kind of stuff going on, I think. That would be some of the ways to say that, I assume at least. And then the next item will actually be the last one that depends on the gender of character for the pants. So right away for females, that would be the buckskin pants, since I obviously will not be able to show that one. And then when I go into the category, doesn't look like anything's really on sale, so it should be apparent which one will be done for male characters then. It's apparently looking to be the studded pants, whatever, for like $6-7 or something. Like $6.50 there for free. Variant number, I don't know, lower ones, since it seems like those will probably be the cheaper ones. Alright, yeah, $6.50. So it's like for there does look to be a pure black variant. This one looks more like charcoaly or something to me. But yes, there does seem to be a pure black variant right there, so this one might be like, what, like a charcoaly variant or something? I'm not sure, honestly. But it's variant number 11 regardless. And then there's 2 more categories. Boots will be next, apparently, here. Nothing real going on with the boots category on the site, so it should be apparent which one. So for all genders of characters, it is the picket boots. Looks like it's a gold bar item too. That looks like it's 4 gold bars or something, like basically a $100 conversion, I think, from gold to cash if you were to convert that, even though there's no option to buy obviously for cash. We have some variant number 4, like a red, like burgundy-ish kind of one, like I've kind of mentioned prior. At least I think, anyways. That's what it seems like to me, anyways. Or if I said like red burgundy here, it might have been more like brownish, like burgundy kind of stuff. Whatever I kind of said earlier, though. Again, basically. The 4th variant of that is a free one for a community outfit, and then one last one will be in the accessories section versus the last one. It will be for neckwear. Yeah, it should be appearance, it's just no discounts then. But it is apparently the ribbon tie. Probably save like a very light amount of money, it looks like on that one. That one. Turns out it looks like it's $12.75 you save. I feel like the game is just a bit darker there, so I can't really like tell 100%, but yeah. So it looks like the pure black variant of like the ribbon tie looks to be a free sale, of course, for the community outfit. Alright then. Okay. So, into some other stuff. Kinda, it looks like it, in the newswire in particular, kinda goes along with the emotes for that first section here. But yeah. Yes, so apparently basically all your bounty hunter daily challenges, it looks like for a day, it looks like you'll get the green morning tail coat cosmetic clothing item. And at least for mine right now, it looks like 0 to 1 bounty hunt complete with 5 minutes or more left. So it says 5 minutes or more, which sounds like a speed run kind of one or something. So you have to like not be within like the last like few minutes or something. So you can't have like less than 5 minutes basically. So yeah, it seems like it's a speed run one that's pretty easy. As long as you're like not like super slow at the bounty hunting, I assume it's pretty easy. But yes, though. I assume. Basically, though. As long as you're not, like, slow dragging it out so hard within, like, the last, like, 4 minutes or so, then it should be pretty easy to do. It's meant to be, like, a speedrun one, but I assume it's not that difficult to pull that one off. So you had a free bounty targets and lasso from horseback, just to lasso them on your horse instead of, like, on foot. Pretty easy to do, pretty easy one to do. And oh goodness, 0 to 1 player bounties collected. That one is not easy to do, I imagine. Because I imagine most players, especially if they don't know you like at all, are just going to target you whatsoever, basically. Basically. So at least for the average person, no exactly see this one being easy to do. Again, you have to use the bounty wagon to even do that, and like even getting the player in the like bounty wagon itself is probably going to be difficult to do, especially if they're going to be hostile to you or something. The one time I did a player bounty, that's what happened with me at least. But I assume that's like the general like public player reaction to something like that. And you also need prestigious license, I think, to maximize on player bounties. I think if you just have the regular license, I think the requirement for a player bounty to show up on your like thing is actually pretty like meh. Like it's like a $20-$25 requirement or something if I recall right for the regular license. But I think you can get player bounties as low as like $5 showing up on your screen or something, I believe, though, if you have like the prestigious license. So I wouldn't really go for this one unless you have like both licenses and you have like the benefit where you get like player bounties with lesser money able to show up. Like again, I think it's like $5 and now it's like $10 or something, I think. So like the 20-25, I think like the regular license has it out. But even then, it's not going to be anything easy to pull off, especially if you have like a very hostile random against you or something. If you try it, yeah, I don't think that's worth it. Probably better wait for another day then, in like my case here at least. But like, I'm sure there's other easy ones like the first two though, for sure. That would be easy to pull off. There wasn't anything about like the like ammo stuff or anything, right? I don't think so. For like some items, stuff like that. I don't believe so. Probably kind of goes more of that stuff still. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so. So yeah, I don't think a bunch of stuff I'm about to mention here was mentioned at all, so I'll be starting to go through that. So there will be weekly rewards on offer for 5 different weeks, it looks like. So I actually am streaming during the second week, it looks like. Kinda because of GTA 6 I got code in a box, I wasn't as inspired to do this stream, along with the one prior, of course, for the first GTA Red streams, of course, after that announcement, at least, especially. Such as this one, of course, being the first one since the GTA 6 got code in box bullshit announcement, of course. But anyways, week 1, which I already passed, actually, when I'm streaming, is June 30th, July 6th. Where you have to complete 2 bounties to receive free Hawkmoth bolas, which I think is just a fancier looking bolas. Again, same thing as the regular bolas. It is a throwable item, so I think you can actually lose them, and you have to like rebuy them if you like completely lose it or something. So I never use those, so I don't really think it's that big of a deal for that. Again, with just Eagle Eye, I think you can do bounties just fine with just Eagle Eye alone, basically. And then you also get 100 rounds of Express Repeater ammo again for June 30th, July 6th for the week 1 that already passed, actually, when I'm streaming right now. Which counts as a special ammo, I'm pretty sure, obviously, when you kill characters with it, so you would technically get more XP if you use that 100 ammo, at least. And especially with the boost in the posse, that might be worth it, assuming it counts for every activity that gives XP. For that 100% boost for XP, whatever thing I was mentioning earlier. And then week 2, which is the starting date right now, is when I'm streaming to July 13th, so July 7th to July 13th, week 2, for weekly rewards on offer. Complete inactivity with a persistent posse, and that will get you the blue Everheart coat. That's kind of something you can do alongside the posse thing that's going on for a whole month, basically, that everyone over basically looks like. It's a complete one activity that can get you that 100% XP boost, for example. Receive the blue Everheart coat. That one is definitely male, I would say, compared to the first weeks, for sure, even. Week 3, however, looks like a pretty good one, though. For July 14th to July 20th, for the week 3, weekly rewards on offer. Purchase a weapon modification that will get you a reward for the West Hill Haven treasure map. So you will just purchase some kind of weapon modification. Not a big deal. Doesn't say it has to be within a certain monetary amount, so you can probably get like the cheapest modification you can. And you basically get like much more money back in the form of the treasure map, and then you get some gold as well, obviously with the West Hill Haven treasure map. And then week 4 apparently is July 21st, July 27th, where you have to rank up 5 times or reach rank 20 or higher as a bounty hunter to receive the orange raccoon hat. So unfortunately, it does seem if you're like a hella veteran player with like maxed out rolls for everything, it seems you will have to rank up 5 times. Like an actual rank, like regular rank, which obviously the more you get, the harder that is to do, unfortunately. Or if you're, for some reason, not yet ranked 20 for like the regular bounty hunter, I believe if you hit that, it sounds like for sure. Or higher, actually, since there's prestigious license that lets you go from like 21 to 30 as well. Keep in mind for the other license, as a bounty hunter, you'll get the orange raccoon hat. Thankfully, it's just cosmetic, though. Yeah, thankfully it's just cosmetic, though. But if you want it for some reason, then want to buy the orange raccoon hat, then yeah. Kind of screwed on that one if you're a veteran player for the most part, though. It sounds like running it 5 times in regular rank is probably a lot more annoying to do than like the bounty hunter rank requirements for like a not so veteran player. In the big 2026, like almost 8 years after release of the single player of the game, even. And then finally, the week 5 weekly reward on offer for the final one of those for July 28th to August 3rd. It is complete 2 bounties to receive a reward for a free weapon. So like I said, Evans Repeater is pretty good for repeaters earlier with the style customization, like repeater discounts, whatever. I pretty much use it all the time. It's the best repeater, and like repeater is basically the best average weapon of choice to be using, basically. Also, for my weapons, I like to use the matte revolvers for the revolver. Has 9 ammo for like revolver ammo, which is kind of good. And in addition to the 9 ammo of the like revolver ammo, there's also the slug ammo for the shotgun slugs as well. It can only use 1 at a time, I believe, before it reload on that one, though, for the shotgun shells, like the slug shells, whatever. But yeah, since it's like secondary ammo in this revolver type for the matte revolver, for like that, there's like second barrel for the shotgun shells. In that case, you would get it used as special ammo, which might not be the case for like any other like shotgun. But yeah, for shotguns, you might not be able to use that type of ammo for special ammo, so that might be the only type of weapon you can use for like the special ammo XP thing for that kind of ammo. I could be wrong though. Could be wrong though. But it makes it interesting utility revolver having like the shotgun ammo you can use for the second barrel even. It's a really cool thing about the mat revolver, so I really like that one. Pre-bow can obviously be pretty nice as well. There's also like a Carcano rifle for sniper rifles. Varmint rifle is a pretty good utility like weapon for hunting small game, as well as like sedative like round stuff or the naturalist roll for like the varmint rifle. There's also that one rifle. Oh yeah, the elephant rifle. I was trying to think of a name for the longest time. I was kind of forgetting it, but yeah, the elephant rifle I think for naturals as well for like hunting legendary animals, which you cannot lock onto. I believe you have to free legendary animals to not be able to lock on. Makes the elephant rifle pretty good, I believe. The one single like sidearm shotgun of the sawed-off shotgun could be more interesting than your average shotgun. For example, I would say. So that's some weapon examples I can think of that would be pretty good to use it on. And of course, if you only have like one of like two like sidearms, since you can buy like two of a single sidearm, if you need like a secondary one for like a certain sidearm, that's always a good option to get as well. If you don't know what to spend on, and if you already have like one of everything at least, that don't forget you can always get a second sidearm of a certain type to use two of them at the same time, or even use like one in combination with another or something. Alright, something else that seems to be going on is time-limited clothing returning. So for the catalog, I'll have to kind of go over those. Don't believe it. Looks like there's a whole outfit of any kind. Don't think a shirt has any of that. Again, I said outfit stuff already includes special outfits for sure. Okay, I think pants might be the first one. Yeah, concha pants. Some of these might have already been noticeable when I was going through them. I just wasn't going through those before. But yeah, concha pants for sure. I was going over pants earlier. I'm sure that already showed up. Yeah, 10 variants of those seem to be available once again. If you want some more limited time clothing, they might not already have. I very much probably was also in the code section, so technically these already showed up too. And yeah, those are even also in like the general sales, so you can probably get some of these for cheaper as well. It's like half off of coats then, since this one's like 83 for the 150 then. Yeah, the 10 variations of Porter jacket are available. Basically. basically. Some even cost gold bars as well, so you can get those half off as well, which is nice. From 4 gold, like $100, basically, to 2 gold, $50, basically, if they were available. Of course, we're purchased with cash as well, but they're not, of course, for these last 4 variants. Yes, the last 4 variants, 7 to 10. Looks like it's like 11 gold or something. It's 5 right now. Basically, it is basically. So damn, some needs to go as high as like $225, or no. Excuse me, I mean $275. I think these kind of go as high as technically, and are available for like as low as like 125 now. If you were to convert the gold to cash, of course, but obviously there's no way to like spend the cash instead of the gold. But yeah, all 10 variations of those. Good time to get those since those go for quite a bit of gold. You know, savings is quite huge in all those if you want to collect automatic Bay jackets for whatever reason. And yeah, like $255 or $117.50. Half off again there, of course. Gold off suits half off as well. But all 14 variations of those are available again. Some is the last few seem to be more expensive though. Those free are available once more for limited stock. For the whole coat section. For a proper coat and then 2 jackets, I guess. Yes. And for accessories, it looks like bandanas. There is limited stock on the pattern bandanas. Apparently. $21.50. No discount going on at all for this one though. Some are even 4 gold, so like $100 if you were to convert from gold to cash. If you know there's no cash option to do it. Some are even like 2 gold for like 50 in cash. If you could do the cash, of course, but you cannot, obviously. Just for conversion's sake, of course. And obviously for those conversions, I'm talking in-game cash, obviously not real life money, of course. And yeah, feature series stuff, I don't know if like some of this is like not showing up because it's simply on the like first day of the second week. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but yeah, usually they're in the series playlist. And yeah, there's a free time, some money, XP on the feature series. Like the free roam events, I would say it's not really serious money making, it's more modes of fun than anything, more so in this case even than the free roam events, possibly in the slightest, but yeah. For the first week, June 30th, July 6th, it was a shootout series, apparently, whatever that would have been had I got on sooner. Oh. Week 2, July 7th, July 13th is the Hardcore Most Wanted, which isn't on here as far as I can tell. I don't know if I'm like too early on here, like with it being the second week now, or like what, but like I wasn't gonna like wait another day to stream or something just for something as little as that. The hardcore most want series for week 2 again for July 7, July 13th right now. Basically, hardcore, I believe, is no like ability cards, no consumable kind of thing. Of course. But yeah, no ability cards kind of sucks in my opinion, but no consumables. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I think it just levels the playing field much better in a way compared to people just spam consumables, which not every player out there might be big on doing that or know much to do that or something. Then the week 3, July 14th, July 20th, is the Overrun series. Yes, the week 3, July 14th, July 20th, yes. Overrun series. Apparently will be... The week 4 will be July 21st to July 27th. That'll be Spoils of War series. Yeah, finally, week 5, the final week, July 20th, August 3rd, will be the Team Gun Rush series, basically. So it's like every single one's like a more traditional series, besides for week 2 being hardcore AK right now, basically. So that's kind of cool for the more casual players, I suppose. Oh, and also, I didn't give credits to the community-inspired outfit from earlier. They don't really do that themselves, unfortunately, on the games. You have to kind of go out the way on the newswire to do that, but yeah. On rare occasion, I think they do, but yeah, usually they don't. Usually they don't. Like, in-game itself, I'm talking about, of course. But yeah, yes, so... Outfit credits go over to historical stock 300 free or whatever of the r/Red Dead fashions of the r/Red Dead fashion community, like subreddit thing, whatever. AK where they usually take their stuff from is the subreddit thing, whatever. So yeah, that whole community outfit that went over earlier, that was from that person apparently. Alright, so I think it's pretty much just discounts and like a weekly collection. Basically. So I already mentioned persistent posse setup fee wave because like it made sense to do that earlier, of course, of what I was talking about because it's literally on there. There's kind of a way to avoid that one. Again, I already mentioned the regular bounty hunter license being tangled to 15. Same goes for prestigious. I mentioned those already. The free bounty hunter wagon was already mentioned in the things I was basically going through. Also, the 50% off the bounty hunter wagon tins is also mentioned earlier. 5 bounty hunter outfits apparently are on discount. That was technically already mentioned earlier, but I can also show that in more detail, I suppose. For the roll section. Basically. So for that bounty hunter outfit roll outfit stuff that was said to be on discount earlier, that's the Wikini, the Bullard, the Garwood, the Heart Hedge. Looks like there's not one for Veteran. Looks like yes, there's not one for Veteran though. And yeah, prestigious. Has to 4 good apparently. Last one in particular does require the prestigious license though, of course though. It is a complete cosmetic things for half off basically for the event month. There's also some pamphlet discounts, it looks like. I might be able to show it off for the satchel, I believe. I basically do own every single pamphlet, I'm pretty sure, so I should be able to show this off for the satchel done. Satchel done. Alright, yes, start documents. I wasn't going far enough in the shoot there, but yeah. Yes, though. They also need to be ammo pamphlets. Might count as recipe pamphlets, I'm gonna guess. Gonna guess. Could be wrong though. But apparently the split point cartridges, the split point pamphlet does look to be on a discount for 30% off. If you want some like special ammos, I'm not 100% what that ammo is like all that good for per se, but whatever it is, 30% off that though. Express Explosive pamphlet apparently is also a 30% off one. It's explosive ammo, so surely it is good for at least player versus player stuff. At least. But like PvP, I'm sure it's at least good. Player versus enemy, it could probably be good as well. Animal hunting, on the other hand, surely not so much, really. And it's lesser than explosive per se, but regardless, it is the incendiary buckshot pamphlet for the last 30% off pamphlet discount, the free. But it's fire ammo, I'm sure it's pretty good. But yes, it's fire ammo, so I'm pretty sure being incendiary fire ammo, it's probably pretty fun enough at least. Probably all the different fancy looking bullets are the last free on here for rollable should apparently be on discount as well for the Hawkmoth, Gravestone, and the Brookstone bullets. So apparently the Hawkmoth, Brookstone, Gravestone bullets are all half off. They're like basically more expensive ones, basically like fancy looking ones. But again, just throwables you'll probably be losing if you like throw them like too far, like lose track of it or something. I don't really think they're that good to like constantly be like buying them or something or anything. When you just have like eagle eye anyways to help with tracking the targets or like the tracking game arrows or whatever. Like arrow type to introduce a bounty hunter basically for tracking arrows. Whatever. Doesn't actually say how much those go for, but they're half off again though. Yeah, I mentioned throwing knives being half off. I don't really have to go more in detail on that one. I felt like I went over it in good detail already. But yeah, throwing knives is a pretty good stealth weapon. Not that there's much stealth in the game. But yeah. Bows, like throwing knives, can be good for stealth in those niche applications as well, not to mention to add a little something more, I guess. I do it for the catalog, since it would be more beneficial to do it that way. But it's basically the breadth and horses. You have your worst ones, I believe, in like obviously the first like few ranks. And then it's either like 6 to 10 or like 11 or like 15 gets you access to the other type, like the mid-tier ones, and then your rank like 20 gets you the like best of the types of horses all the time. I believe Breton is obviously the bounty hunter ones, which is a bounty hunter themed like event one, so it would make sense. Yeah, okay. These does seem to be on sale here. Now, for some reason, I have free ones available for the cheapest ones for like Red Roan and like Sorrel coats. But they're not really that good anyways, since they're like the first ones, like the entry level ones. Basically, actually should they're yeah, basically the entry level ones you should only be getting basically if you're like early in the game. With 5 and 4 stamina at level 0 / level 1 bondage, since they're basically the same thing. Level 2, 3, and 4 is just a +1 for like 8 and a 7. And then speed acceleration isn't really exactly the greatest. Obviously being like the initial ones. Alright, just another +1, you get like 9 and then 8 at the highest for the visible core stats. And you get the smallest like +1 increase as well, like speed acceleration. Going from like 500-ish bucks, like 550 to 75, half off apparently. It is worth mentioning, yeah, Groudon and then yes, Steel Brown are the mid-tier ones. Not that great, unfortunately no. Yes, though. It is very much worth mentioning though, for the stamina you can max out at 10 on the melee Dapple. Bay coat as well as a steel gray coat. And then your health will unfortunately be 1 less than 9. But yeah, you do get a maxed out like stamina, which is pretty nice. And you get yet another +1 on like the speed acceleration. I think for roll horses, I believe the Norfolk Roadsters are pretty much the best for speed acceleration if I recall right. For roll horses, I think it goes to like Dimension or like Norfolk Roadsters. So I don't think you really want those two for speed acceleration. You want it more for the stamina and being maxed out, I believe. If anything. But yeah, they normally go for $950, and then there's those $475 of 50% off, which is pretty nice. Makes them pretty much cheaper even than the mid-tier ones without a sale even. So obviously it will be a very good opportunity to pick up either of the two best coats. I won't even bother with the cheaper ones, those would just be a waste of time and money, I feel. And repeater style customizations I've basically mentioned already, but I can kind of show all the repeaters I guess on the catalog. Kind of just so that I get through this, like away from those categories quicker, yeah, I think. But just so it's 100% known what every single repeater is. Again, Evans is basically the best one, like I mentioned earlier. Carbon, I think you literally get to start a game when you first get into online. I think your character literally gets one of those. It's kind of just on there for the sake of it. I don't think you actually have the option to buy one unless you lose it somehow or something. Lancaster, I think, was the good OG one. Again, I think Glitch Spirit was 2 extra ammo. There's something about it in the single player when I was using it. I don't think I liked it the greatest over the. When I was using it all the time in single player, I used it all the time because I could actually deal with it. But I did kind of feel that Lancaster did some things better. But really, Evans Repeater is a good de facto option. You don't really need anything aside for the Evans Repeater. But both the Lancaster and Litchfield can be good too. I would say Carbine is kind of meta in particular though. And then yeah, there's 2 clothing discounts. One I've already seen, one I haven't. First, go over to one that I haven't got to show you. I think it's a weapon accessory. Yes. Bandoliers are half off apparently. For those few. Or whatever. I think they're just cosmetic. They don't actually do anything though, I believe. I think we'll need offhand holster. I think for weapon accessories, only the offhand holster actually does anything, allowing you to wield the 2 sidearms, I believe, or dual wield, of course. I think bandoliers are just cosmetic, I do believe. And then, yeah, it was just a coat one from earlier that was half off. But if I didn't somehow go for all the coats, then I guess I can go for those. There's probably another page after that one, I'm guessing. I could be wrong though. Yeah, if there's any after these, and those that wouldn't have been show off prior, I believe. But yeah, there's another page of those, I guess. I didn't get to show before. But if somehow it's only 1 gold or something, it won't be on discount, by the way, since it would have to be at least 2 gold for a discount. So there is somehow one on discount, because it's 1 gold, and you cannot do just nuggets, apparently, for something you buy, apparently. There's nuggets in the game, but you always have to use a cold gold, I believe, to buy stuff. But it's just a bunch of cosmetic coats. Last discount's kind of meh in particular, of course. So now it should just be a weekly collection at this point. For the week 2 weekly collection was definitely at this point, unfortunately. Since I did get to this one kind of late. Probably because, of course, GTA 6 via code unboxes kind of demotivated me to play it more. Than canning online content for the game. I didn't say it didn't demotivate me, of course, and I did not. I'm just saying it does it extra now, demotivating me even extra to play the game. Unfortunately though. So So that would explain the extra week. Of course, I'm not doing it before, basically. For that week 1 wicked collection. Yeah, looks like going here is fine. Okay, good. Like my usual place, basically. Oh, sheesh, what the fuck? Like, how did my horse run into the whole, like, thing over here and like, hitch against or something? Like the fucking hell, boy. Like, really do. Wait, send mail. Wait, what does that mean? Like, with the collection? Wait, what? Is that always, like, lit up like that? I forget. Probably is. I just probably, like, focused too much on it, so or something. Something. Oh. Big Gold Panter's Dream for the week 2 wicked collection. Unfortunately, this time I don't know what the first one was, but somebody probably saw, of course.
That fella tried to pass off some jerky as his ticket. You believe that?
But I never go over all the weekly collections, of course. I don't know if there is a way to get information on all of the week's collections prior or not. So I only ever go over the one that I did for the current week, basically. Anyways. But I do try to generally go over like collectibles as well, just in case, though.
Always folk coming and going. I'm stuck right here. So long.
Is it benefits? No. Not benefits. I was on the right thing earlier, of course. Progress. Rolls. Collector's bag. Which, yes, of course, may be on the collector, of course. But yes, success is square for the collector's bag. Gold Panter's Dream. Free collected. So apparently I have all of them already somehow. Okay, cool. Oh, Jetta. Yes, I think Ojeda Rose Gold Bengal Bracelet. The 1797. Yes, 1797 Gold Eagle coin. And a gold pocket watch, okay. This one's actually not collectible, actually, for the last one. It's a valuable, I believe, instead of, like, an actual true collectible with the, like, Frontiers Pursuit DLC or something. I think this is just a basic valuable from, like, launch of the game, basically. It was basically on this last one here. But yeah. I think the last jewelry as a whole, like, whether it be the bracelets, rings, like, there's 4 types of them, I'm trying to think. But yeah, Lost Jewelry, whatever's a whole. Bracelet, rings. God, whatever ones are there. Let me look quickly, I guess. Bracelets, earrings, necklaces, and rings. All those count as partially randomized, I believe, by the way, where, like, some of them might be above ground. It might be as easy to get as, like, American Wildflower, or, like, any of the above ground ones, where there's always a guaranteed spawn for it. I can always find on Gene Rock, GA, and RPK. Collect a map from earlier, mentioned for the free roam events. Which the main purpose is these collectibles for that map, by the way. More than the actual free roam events. So I want to say it's partially randomized, so it could be as easy as like something like American Wildflower or something, but it also might be like an underground one, which might have like some randomness, like RNG involved with it or something. Coins, I can confidently say, will be one of the more difficult ones to get, though. Those are always like fully underground collectibles, so you have like all the pure randomness. Like, there's a set amount of, like, spots that you can dig up coins from, but you still might not be guaranteed a gold eagle coin, even if you tried for, like, a whole day, basically. So you do have a lot of RNG to deal with to try to get the 1797 gold eagle coin exactly, even with the use of a map like the GANRPK, Gene Rock Collector map. Also, linked on gtaweb.eu, by the way, in case you use that. And then finally the gold pocket watch. Again, I think it's just a valuable you pick up from like a character when you like kill him or something for like an NPC or something. It's not actually a collectible in like any of those collector sets. It's just a pocket watch you get from a character you kill, basically. As like a valuable, basically. Like oftentimes you're probably already gonna be like full on these unless you constantly sell your valuables at like a fence or whatever. So like if you don't sell like valuables, you probably would already be filled up on those most likely. But yeah, $90 for that can be kind of nice. I don't know. I was maybe hoping it would be like a $100 one since there's one coin and it's like a fully randomized like underground collectible, but I guess it's not quite there. The pocket watch probably kind of hinders it, to be fair. Not being a traditional collectible, it probably does kind of hinder the collection value a little bit. I'm guessing. But at least one to like two of them is easy enough to obtain, I suppose. So it's not the worst, but it's also not the greatest collectibles to take advantage of, for sure, though.
Can you believe the robbery at Jensen Jewelers was an inside job?
Well, I ain't surprised around here.
But yeah, I think I basically mentioned everything as good as it's basically going to.
How do you do?
But yeah, honestly, kind of fuck GT6 VIVI at this point with no physical release, fucking code in the fucking box bullshit, all that bullshit, basically. Even locking whole like mod shops to the ultimate edition of the game. Albeit to their credit, they're at least letting you get a digital like deluxe edition, or no. I mean, to their credit, at least they're giving like a digital like ultimate edition upgrade like at all times, I think, so you can always upgrade at any point, I think. I don't know if they did that with their prior like increased content editions in the past. I don't know if they've actually done that before or not. But they quite possibly did, basically.
Good morning.
How's it going? I ain't feeling my best, I'll admit. I'll pray for you.
god. What the fuck?
Well, somebody told me that a few persons have gone missing out of the brawl.
Apparently so. Fanny Lopez is looking for a new seamstress. Marie said she hasn't been paid in about a month.
Like, bruh, man. Fucking stupid mom interrupted me again. And, like, for the same exact fucking thing as before. Like, the fuck? Like, did I not make it clear I wasn't going to fucking get ready early for, like, some Pokemon Go stuff just because you have to be off an extra day or something? Like, you're off work 2 days doesn't mean I'm gonna fucking do Pokemon early or anything. Stupid fucking impatient ass fat hoe all the time, man. Love to push her ass down the stairs, watch her turn to ground fucking beef actively or some bullshit. Like, honestly, man. Honestly, fucking honestly, man. Like, fucking bruh, man. Like, did I not make it clear with my tone of voice and stuff I wasn't gonna fucking do that shit? Like, are you fucking retarded or something? Like, actually, even if I don't say it, fucking tone of voice should tell you I'm, like, not agreeing with your fat ass or some bullshit. Yeah. So, yeah, like in whole mod shops, gummy bullshit with the Ultimate Edition of the game. To your credit, it's true when you get, like, a upgrade to the Ultimate Edition at all times. It looks like for like 20 bucks or something. And same cost as like 80 to 100 bucks for like initially buying it. Basically, or something. If there was any saving, it would be like 1 single cent, I believe, which is nothing, of course. Of course. But yeah, the whole fucking goddamn code in a fucking ass box for that bullshit. GTA 6 VIVI bullshit. Fucking Ultimate Edition, they're unlocking whole fucking mod shops to that shit apparently, which they didn't do anything locked down the other games of the whole stores being like locked up. I think. Yeah, honestly, Coxer's kind of turned this shit like as a whole fucking company at this point. Honestly though. To where I almost want to play like anything I want to fucking play finally on this channel and stuff, like I've said I might in the past or something. Or with my current channel description I suggested I could always do that or something. I always knew they'd fuck up something too hard at some point. And GTA 6 VIVI would be the strike freer out. Like GTA 5, Red Dead Redemption 2, GTA 6, there's definitely easily something to complain about with like all three of their latest games. Max, yeah, Max Payne 3 and before, I don't think there was really. But yes, though. Grand Theft Auto 5 slash GTA Online. Red Dead Redemption 2 slash Red Dead Online, and then GTA 6 VIVI. There's easily something to point out with all three of their latest releases, which are either already out or upcoming still. But yeah, Max Payne 3 and before was where they were still doing like a game a year or something at least, and even if they had games that wasn't like annual slop like COD every single year, like the same IP every single year. At least they at least did different things each year, basically, or something, basically, or something, basically. Unlike your Activision and like all that shit back then. You could throw in FIFA kinda, but that's EA, and I think they technically do other things at least. Some like Activision, that's like always Call of Duty, I feel nowadays. But yeah, I feel like Max Payne 3 was quite possibly the last Rockstar title where there wasn't like something to complain about, like in a wide scale issue at least. At least. And like them being able to release like one title a year before it was like you have to wait like 5 years or like 8 years between a title now. The wait's just too fucking long, and then like it's just more to complain about in the titles since the online's that last fucking forever, or like get canned, or yeah, in the case of this fucking game, they basically canned the fucking online for any future new content that's even meaningful, basically. So maybe I won't be a dedicated Rockstar channel anymore or something. Maybe I'll eventually play other things or something. Maybe I'll wait till November, like 19 GTA 6 VI releases or something to get to that point. I'm not really sure, but whatever though. And now Rockstar GTA is just way too like mainstream at this point to where like everybody's fucking getting in, especially with, like COVID and fucking COVID and bullshit made like PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series like disappointing at launch and shit. Fucking like, yeah, GTA blowing up as hard as it is, unfortunately, is just a result of all kinds of things in the last several fucking years, I feel, especially. Yeah. To where the hype's just not as much as the other games, I feel. Because it's too big, it's not as niche as it used to be for GTA, at least. Like, it was never really truly niche, I feel, like, especially with 3D Universe, but, like, at least it was niche compared to, like, now, I mean. Like, it wasn't being, like, literally, like, displayed on, like, a whole, like, consoles, like, thing when you, like, boot it up with the VI animation or whatever the fuck they did for PlayStation. For the brief marketing period, time frame that they were doing that. Like, it didn't make it that big before, at least is what I'm saying. Where everybody was basically going to be getting it, basically. And yeah, it's 80 fucking bucks for the standard edition, not even a $70 game. Like, I'm sure they could have sold like hotcakes at 80 or 70 fucking bucks. They probably would have even sold more at 70 bucks and maybe even make more money out of it at 70 bucks somehow. And like, it's going to probably go on sale anyways, since PlayStation, Xbox stuff always goes on sale on like fucking Nintendo, I find. But yeah, like, didn't have to do it at 80 bucks at launch. It could have been cool and done 70 at launch, but nope. They're a bitch. They're a fucking greedy ass corpo, mega corpo now at this point. But yeah, I'm not gonna go over all the Ultimate Edition content. I don't even want to like promote that bullshit like in full. I think that's finally for sure gonna be it for the stream though. Hope you enjoyed.